So what is a change in the state? A change in the state can get confusing for a lot of beginner traders, because I know when I was a beginner trying to learn change in states, I would mark everything as a change in the state, and it would not be a valid confluence. So I would begin to lose trades. I would simply just have it marked wrong. So I know a lot of beginners struggle with this, so I'm just gonna go over a simple explanation of changing the states. Hopefully this helps y'all, and I guarantee you it will, because this is what I needed when I was struggling to find changing the states. So let's just jump right into this. So we have this chart right here. Let me just go over something real quick before we get to this chart. Boom, boom. This would be an example. We took sell side, created manipulation, and have our change in the state up here. So once we got above this, this is knowing you have a valid change in the state, and look, price began to shoot higher. Beginner traders mark change in the states as, oh, we have a change in the state right here. They look even zoomed in, like, oh shoot, we got a change in the state right here, and that is simply not it. So let's go back to the, just had to get that cleared up first. Here we are. Alrighty, so we have this market, or this price action right here. Let's mark out our buy side liquidity. We have our sell side. A lot of traders would buy here and wait a change in the state up here. That's simply not what the market moves. It hunts liquidity, creates manipulation, it rebalanced equilibrium. So we take sell side. Let me mark this for y'all. Sell side, buy side. After this, market moves down to a higher time frame P array. Let's just say this is a 4-hour for value gap. We want to see price retrace back into. We have this for value gap that we inversed, that we want to inverse. Oh, I'll just mark this out for now. We created manipulation. So we have a sort of liquidity being taken, created manipulation, and now price is kind of just chopping around, not knowing what it's doing. So we come here, we take sell side, sniping out all the other traders, create one more manipulation leg. This is our change in the state of delivery. A change in the state occurs when price takes some sort of liquidity and then gets past this series of up close or down close candles. So this is a bearish example, a bullish example. I'm gonna go show you a bearish. So this is how a change in the state is. You can't try to predict a change in the state of happening. The candle has to close above it. Once it closes above it, it validates a change in the state, and then that's when you actually have a true change in the state. So to get from this, to have a true change in the state, it has to take some liquidity, some sort of liquidity, and once the series of down closes, up close candles gets closed above, that validates your change in the state. Alright, so now let me give you a bearish example. Alrighty, so here is a bearish example, and this is the chart. Let's mark out our sell side liquidity. Let's mark out our buy side liquidity that just got taken. So we noticed buy side just got taken. A lot of traders would jump into the trade right here after they saw liquidity being swept, but that's not actually trading ICT. That would just be trading liquidity sweeps. So we notice we have one more to stop out all the other traders that are trading different models like liquidity sweeps, and we have manipulation. So now with this manipulation, we'd have our change in the state right here, because a change in the state happens when we take some sort of liquidity. We have a higher time for value gap that gives us even more confluence why this trade would want to go down to the sell side. Potentially retraced into a value gap, you get an even better entry. We go past, close above the change in the state, retrace back into some sort of value gap, and then begin to move lower to sell side liquidity. So this is a bearish example, and being patient is a huge thing to find validations in change in the state. If you rush a change in the state, it's probably not validated. Look, because we have buy side being taken. If you try to predict this change in the state right here and it doesn't happen, you get stopped out by the market. Traders see it as manipulation, and then your trade end up going to where your TP was, but you just enter too early because you're trying to predict a change in the state. You must wait, you must observe the market, you must try to give all your confluences for your trade, and this is a simple, I would say, a simple breakdown of a change in the state of delivery. If this does help you, please leave a comment saying it did help you and like the video, and I hope y'all have an amazing rest of your day.